I'm Lindsay Parker. We're here at Yahoo Music, and I am so excited that we have Superfruit in the studio.
Hi.
Hello.
I remember way back when you were singing in our other office.
Yeah,
Yes.
it must have been a long time ago.
That was a really long time. That was like 4 years ago.
So obviously, a lot of you guys might know Mitch and Scott from Pentatonix, the three-time Grammy winners, sing-off winners, Hollywood Bowl headliners, Dolly at Party Duet partners.
This resume.
Yes.
Your resume is pretty impressive. But now we can add to your resume Superfruit.
Yes.
Yes.
And you just put out an EP part 1, and now you're going to have a part 2.
Yeah, part 2's coming out.
So it's Future Friends part 1 and 2. And I want to talk to you about, because obviously you've already had so much success with Pentatonix, and now you're doing this, and it's a very different musical style. I mean, the most obvious one being that there's
Non-acapella.
it's not a cappella.
Yeah.
So what do you get out of Superfruit that you don't get out of your other famous project?
It's just creatively different. It's just a different project where I feel like we can show more of our personalities. And I mean, Pentatonix is very us in that we are choir nerds and we love harmony. We grew up doing that. But it's so fun. I feel like we can express ourselves a little more with Superfruit. So it's been a fun little side project.
We can explore more avenues too,
True.
musically and lyrically as well. We kind of delve a little deeper and darker in part 2.
Yeah.
Any particular deep or dark lyrics that stand out for you?
I feel like part 2, just each song, we didn't even know this was happening until we looked at the final list of songs. It's like a lot of breakup songs.
So
and
yeah,
sad songs.
melancholy and insecure.
But it's funny because all the production is so like upbeat and
Yeah.
it's like all dance music, but it's like I'm sad sometimes.
right.
I love that juxtaposition, though.
Yeah.
It's easier to write a song about something sad.
Yeah.
Because yeah.
Is it easier or harder to, you've done the a cappella thing for so long, to sing with accompaniment, to sing with production? Is it easier or harder?
Both in different
yeah.
ways. It's easier because it's less pressure because you're not trying to like tune and figure out the harmonies, but it's harder in that it's new to us. And there's so many possibilities now that it's almost overwhelming.
Yeah.
Like, which direction do we go and what inspires us the most? And yeah.
Well, I want to talk about some of the influences because this is kind of a disco record. When I heard it, my first thoughts were this is Jamiroquai, Scissor
wow.
Sisters,
Wow, yeah.
a bit of Phoenix, a little bit of Stevie Wonder, Prince. Like these are kind of the vibes I was getting. Like what was inspiring you on this record?
Definitely
Yeah.
the ones you've listed. The 80s in general, we were inspired by funk music, and I feel like that was there. It sort of had a resurgence, I guess, in mainstream pop music with The Weeknd and
Yeah, and in
Daft Punk
sessions,
and,
Prince
Mark
kept coming up.
Ronson.
yeah,
Yeah,
Mark
and Bruno
Ronson,
Mars.
yeah, so that definitely has been an influence, and we still kind of retain that too on part 2. But part 2 is a little more
PC music
and underground clubby and
Very
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's still very dancey. We wanted our music to feel like a party and just to be a lot of fun because that's what our friendship is. It's just like so fun, and it's been around for years. And we wanted to translate that to our music.
yeah.
Well, your friendship has been something that's really wonderful to witness. And to go back to the beginning, for people who are more familiar with Pentatonix, Superfruit didn't really start out as a musical project. It was more like a YouTube vlog, like a show, like a comedy thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you tell people how it evolved from that to this?
Yeah, well, for years we did just like the YouTube thing, played different games, challenges, did Q&As, just to show our fans our personality. And then it just grew to way bigger size than we thought it would. And there was every once in a while we would do like a musical type episode, and those always did the best.
Yeah.
And so I was like, people still want music from us, we're singers. And so we decided to release original stuff.
Awesome. Can you describe your chemistry, which is at the heart of, you have such a bond, obviously a really cute friendship. I know people ship you guys.
Yes.
Yes.
It happened. What's the ship name again?
Skomish.
Skomish. I wasn't sure how you pronounce
Little
that.
French
Yeah.
flair.
How do you feel about the shipping, the Skomish?
I love it.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, it's fun. It's fun to watch them sort of read into every subtlety we have together, and they're like, "Oh, this must mean that blah blah blah." Like they must be getting married or something.
Yeah, and the fanfics are just so good.
Yeah.
Oh my God, there's fanfic. I'm afraid
Oh,
to
yeah.
look for it.
Oh yeah.
You should be.
They get intense.
I might look for it later, but maybe not at the company computer.
Maybe not in front of everyone.
Yeah.
Maybe not at Yahoo. But just in all seriousness, describe the friendship, the bond you have, because it does come through in everything you do.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. I mean,
The first word that comes to mind is authentic. I feel like
Yeah.
our friendship is really real. I think that translates when people watch us. Like, we're laughing at each other and we're having fun and we're hanging out, and it's always been like that.
it's just like the most comfortable bond, the most accepting, comfortable thing. Like we
Yeah.
can just be around each other and be totally ourselves and talk about whatever we want and vent and laugh and Yeah, it's amazing.
It's anxiety free when we're around each other, which is nice.
Do you ever get tired of each other? You spend a lot of time together. Like now you have 2 musical projects together.
Yeah, we don't necessarily get tired of each other, but we definitely need our space to kind of live our lives, be alone or with other people, you know.
Yeah.
So we have to talk a little bit about Pentatonix because Avi is leaving.
Yes.
How did you, and now, you know, Kirsten's doing solo stuff, Avi's doing solo stuff, Kevin, like how did, you know, people are concerned about what is the future of Pentatonix. I see you're releasing new music, so maybe they shouldn't be too concerned.
We are. We're releasing.
What's going on?
We're releasing new Christmas music. We're going to tour the Christmas stuff. Pentatonix is not ending at all. We're on the search for a new bass, but obviously that's a very tricky spot to fill, and Avi is irreplaceable. So that's going to be a tricky thing to do, and we're taking our time with it. We're not going to rush into anything.
But we're not stopping.
But we're not stopping, yeah. And it's been so fun, too, having this little break during this transitional period to do solo stuff, because we've all wanted to do stuff on the side. And it's been a really positive environment. Everyone's really supportive of each other, and the fans are, like, hanging in there. We have the most diehard fans, and so for as tough as the situation we thought this would be, it's been okay so far.
I did suggest this to Kirsten when she was here that you have your own reality show to search for a bit.
Oh, yeah, we thought about
talked
that.
about it, yeah.
Sing off?
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
so scary, though. I like
I
it
would
so
watch
scary. Yeah, I would definitely watch that, too.
How did, I saw obviously we all saw the YouTube video where you announced that Avi was leaving, and it was very real. It didn't seem like a scripted or polished thing. I mean that in a good way. I mean, I could see that you guys were really sad. Was it a hard thing to go through?
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, we honestly grew up together through this process.
Yeah.
It's been such a growing experience, and we've really gotten to know each other, and we've become so close. And but at the same time, we completely understand, you know, where he's coming from, and we just support each other so much.
Yeah.
But it is tough, yeah.
Did you guys ever expect coming off a, you know, a kind of a niche show, a show that wasn't as big as American Idol or The Voice, and then and doing a cappella, that Pentatonix would become the phenomenon that it is?
We had no idea it was going to get
yeah.
to this caliber, but I did have hopes that it would do something special because it was so niche. I was like, we are so unique and different that I saw that as an advantage. And I remember labels at first were like, that is a disadvantage. No one's like you, so y'all will fail. And it's so nice and satisfying to know that we took something that we believed in and it got to this place.
I imagine you must feel good because the Sing Off and Pentatonix and movies like Pitch Perfect too sort of made it, and Glee, kind of made it to be a choir nerd or you know, a musical theater person is a cool thing now.
Yeah, or it's
like
like it's fun and it's free and it's effortless.
Yeah.
I think people really are attracted to that in this world where everyone's trying to be so cool and like it's just fun to do something that's fun.
It's just
nerdy.
enjoyable, yeah, on a very simple level.
Do you get any feedback from fans who are, you know, grateful that you sort of made it cool for them to be in band or whatever?
Oh, for sure,
the
yeah.
time,
We get
yeah.
people telling us all the time that they created their own groups and they cover our songs, which is cool.
Were you guys choir nerds in school?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yes, our whole life, theater, choir nerds.
Awesome. Going back to, obviously, to Superfruit. So we were talking about how before you depended on 5 voices. At the moment in Pentatonix, it's temporarily 4. With you guys, with Superfruit, it's 2. Mm-hmm. What do you have to do vocally to sort of, I don't want to use the word compensate, but what challenges there are now you don't have 5 voices on a recording?
It's just more production based
yeah.
now too. We have production to fill in those spaces and.
Lots of layering of the vocals, but I feel like we've kind of found our sound. It's this sort of octave thing that we do all the time that's just become our signature.
Which is really cool because we're singing at the same time, and it's the combination of our voices that creates that sound, which is cool.
I need to know how you get to some of those high notes. I mean, people probably have been accusing you for years of auto-tune or lip syncing or like people don't. I mean, if they've seen you live, they know it's the real deal.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
got
yeah.
the highest voice.
Well, thank you. I listened to all female singers growing up, so I practiced along with them.
Like which ones?
Ooh, Sia. I remember distinctly singing along with her and being like, "Ow, this hurts my voice, but I want to do it anyway." Imogen Heap too.
Very cool. How'd you learn to do it without hurting your voice?
Lots of practice, and touring helped a lot because I'm always hitting the high notes in Pentatonix arrangements.
Do you guys have any vocal tips? Like, are there certain teas you drink, honey, vocal exercises, all that?
Lots of warming up, lots of throat coat tea, but
Lots of sleep.
And a lot of hydration, like gross amounts of water.
Yeah, and being aware of how loud you're talking. Because if you go to a loud restaurant for 3 hours with your friends, you're wearing your voice out. I always notice the next day my voice is gone.
Is it
And you
hard?
don't even know that you're yelling when you're there.
So is it hard for you when you're obviously on the promotional circuit doing a bunch of interviews? Sorry to wear out your
Well, we're like talking at a soft volume.
You
right
got
now.
mics on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you're doing a lot of interviews and stuff, do you have to be mindful of that?
Not necessarily.
It's like sometimes if we're on tour and then we do like a promo moment, I'll be like, my voice is so tired and I have to
Yeah.
talk right now. But
All right, well, you were talking about touring. Are Superfruit going to tour?
oh yes,
We hope so.
I want you guys to tour.
We want to
We don't
so
have one
bad.
planned right now, but we want to really
Yeah.
bad. Once part 2 comes out, we'll have enough songs to do a set.
It'll happen.
So
Yeah.
talk a little bit more about part 2. You alluded earlier that it's a little different, a little darker.
Yeah, darker, dancier. We worked with some amazing producers on this album that we didn't. Well, that some of them that we did work on with the first EP, but a couple new ones too. And it's I don't know. It's
I feel like
just-
we're growing and we're figuring it
Yeah.
out. We're kind of new to making pop music because we've been making a cappella for years, and so we feel really proud of it. And I feel like everything we release is just going to become more us and stronger. And
Well, I need to talk about a couple of the videos you did. Obviously, videos are a huge way in which you entertain your fans.
Yeah.
And first of all, I want to talk about the Worth It video because I think that was a really cool statement-making video. Can you talk a little bit about
you.
the inspiration behind that video?
Well, it all started from a photo that we took together. We posted on our socials. It's me in the pink dress and him in the suit. But I don't know. I mean, what?
yeah, we just thought that photo was beautiful, and we wanted to make a bold video that
Yeah.
like broke gender norms, and we found these amazing kids, these like really talented kids that were down to do it, and yeah. And I feel like that's the most emotional song on part 1, so we kind of wanted to do something bold with the video.
What was the response to it?
It was great. It was overwhelmingly very good.
Yeah.
Was there any, there are trolls in this world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was there any
Oh, yeah.
backlash to it?
I mean, there's always going to be backlash.
Yeah,
It's
every
not
single
conventional.
video we post always has like a lot of like
Really?
homophobic remarks and stuff, but that just always happens. We're not phased by it.
Yeah,
There's
we're not
more.
really phased
There's way
by it.
more positivity than negativity, so we don't really give them the time of day.
Yeah.
What advice would you give people, even if they're not famous, even if they're just regular people posting a photo of themselves with their boyfriend or in a bikini or whatever on
Yeah.
Instagram? They'll get flack from trolls sometimes. What advice do you have for people who have to deal with that?
I think the best advice would be to just ignore it. Because when you engage it, then it fuels them and then it keeps going and it's never going to end.
Yeah, and
you
they
know?
don't matter to your life. You
Yeah.
have your people in your life that care about you and what makes you happy, so why even entertain
Yeah.
them? Just block them if you don't want to see it, you know what I mean? And I always learned that just like you have to just own who you are, because then no one can tell you what you are.
Do you have any good stories about fans that have said that you've emboldened them?
Oh yeah, there's
Absolutely.
a plethora of them, and that's one of the most rewarding parts of what we do.
Yeah.
I feel like in meet and greets it happens all the time. Someone will come by, and the mother and the daughter will be like, "Y'all helped us figure this out in our family," and like they'll be crying, and that just brings us so much joy and makes it feel like, wow, if anything, this was worth it for
Yeah.
them.
That's amazing. There's another video on the other end of things I need to talk about. Heartthrob.
Yeah.
One of the videos of the year. That video, you look like you're having so much fun.
We were.
We were
I'm like,
having
please
fun.
invite me to your next slumber party.
Sleepover, yeah.
Please.
Yes,
I
that
will
was
bring
such
the
a fun
pizza. We
day.
can play light as a feather, stiff as a board.
Yes.
Gosh,
Tell me
yes.
about the making of that video, because you look like you're just having the best time.
Oh, thank you. I mean, yeah, exactly. We just wanted to have like a sleepover type video and just wanted it to be fun and campy and get the 90s video camera angles.
the
and-
cheesy graphics.
Yeah.
It's very TRL, which
Yes.
is coming back, by the way.
Oh my god, yeah.
I know. But where'd you get all those? You have the details of the 90s, like down to the, what are those things, the slap thing, the jelly things? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, the
yeah.
hands.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know what
yeah.
they're
We
called,
were
but
amazed that we
everything.
found them all. Yeah, we worked with this director, Jake Wilson, and he just got every single detail. He was like a 90s kid.
Yeah.
I want to ask you some questions about the 90s, because obviously that's the era.
Oh, yeah.
Era inspires you.
Yeah.
So first I want to know, who is your favorite 90s heartthrob?
Ooh.
90s heartthrob.
Who did I like? My sister loved Nick Carter, so by proxy, I also loved Nick Carter.
I was like an NSYNC stan. I would dance their music in my room. Like, you know the viral videos of like of like kids getting caught by their parents dancing in the room? and freaking
Yeah.
out? That would have been me if I was
That-
I
that's
was like
happening
going for
That's
it.
so
I wanted to
cute.
be in a boy band so bad.
Awesome. Which, you wanted to be an NSYNC or?
Yes, I was an NSYNC purist. I loved Backstreet Boys, but I would like really only listen to NSYNC.
Awesome. Well, but you never were in a boy band. Were either of you in boy bands?
No. That would have been great.
I would have loved to be in a boy band. I actually was in like a rock band
Were you?
called Cellar Door.
Oh,
in high
yeah,
school.
yeah.
Awesome. Did you like the 90s like rock side too? Like grunge?
Grunge.
I do like the grunge sound a lot. I love Alanis. That's not necessarily rock, but she's grungy.
Yeah.
I was just never introduced to it as a kid, but I like it now when I listen back on it.
So what's your favorite album, each of you, from the 90s? What was your go-to album?
Ooh, probably No Strings Attached, or the self-titled one.
Jagged Little Pill, maybe.
Really? There you go. I would love to hear a Pentatonix version of You Ought to Know, like a really angry
Yeah.
acapella.
Yeah.
I hear a lot of angry.
Yeah.
Speaking of breakup songs,
Right, exactly.
if you could pick, I might know what you're gonna say, Scott, but if you could pick a dream duet partner from, or a collaborator from the 90s, who would you pick?
If we did something with Destiny's Child, that would be everything. Can you imagine?
I would have to say Destiny's Child, yeah.
Oh my gosh, wow. I love the thought of that.
Me too.
What song would you do?
Cater to you.
Cater to
Wow.
We listened to that on the way here.
We did.
This is cosmic.
What at the moment? What has been your? Do you cover a lot of '90s songs in Pentatonics? What's like your favorite '90s song to cover in your?
We
set?
did an NSYNC medley.
Oh, yeah.
We did like all the
Evolution
early
of
Beyonce
music,
songs.
and yeah.
So we have 90s moments.
Is there any '90s song where you think, like, darn, I wish I'd written that or I'd recorded that?
Ooh.
Maybe Oops, I Did It Again.
Yeah.
Because that like changed pop music.
That's true, yeah.
How do you feel that changed pop music?
That was just an explosion. Like everyone knew that song, and like the video was so iconic.
That was Max Martin, right?
I probably.
Probably, yeah.
If it was a hit, then probably.
Yeah.
Is that someone you'd like to work with, Max? Martin?
100%,
Yeah.
yeah.
Max Martin, if you're watching this,
Oh,
Please.
dream.
what other memories do you have, fond memories of, or that influenced you musically, I should say, from the 90s era? Or the 80s. You mentioned the 80s as well.
Yeah. I mean, the 90s, I was just obsessed with those, like, co-ed music groups, like S Club 7.
Oh my God, yes. Steps.
Oh my gosh.
And is that a song?
Steps was like a UK co-ed group.
Oh, I don't remember
I
Step.
don't think they were that big here.
Who did the ABBA covers?
18s.
18s.
Yeah, I loved the 18s.
Oh my God.
Jump 5, I think they were a Christian band.
I vaguely
loved
remember
Destiny's
them.
Child too.
Yeah.
As a kid.
Yes.
Did that influence? It's interesting because as much as those boy bands and some of those girl or co-ed groups got some flack at the time, what I realize now in retrospect, I may not have respected it at the time, was they were vocal groups. And, whether you thought their music was credible or cheesy, at the end of the day, whether they were put together, prefab or whatever, those people got those gigs because they could sing and dance at the same time.
Yeah.
And they could sing live
Yeah.
and they could harmonize. Did that influence you guys?
I mean, definitely anything in that realm. I feel like I would be so inspired by watching people just kill it and singing, dancing,
Yeah.
performing.
We've always liked performers.
Yeah.
We like the Beyonce types or the Bruno Mars that can dance and sing perfectly and just put on a show.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Well, you were at the Grammys recently, relatively a few months ago, and you won another Grammy.
Yeah.
And I know you collaborated with Dolly Parton. What is it like when you go to the Grammys? I imagine you meet so many of your heroes. I mean, Beyonce was at the Grammys this year, winning
Yes.
awards left
She
and right.
was.
It's like, what does it feel like to sort of be in this mix now?
To just be walking down the hallway with these like major artists and knowing that you're performing or that we're like going to be going up on stage and accepting an award, that is the most insane feeling because it still doesn't feel like we're at that level.
Yeah.
Because
It
I don't
really
know.
doesn't. Yeah, it just feels like we were kind of thrust into it, and we just kind of have to take everything with a grain of salt. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I feel like we're finally now getting comfortable at award shows. Not
Definitely, yeah.
not that we like feel like we belong there, but
Right.
it was just like now we're getting more used to them and we can like less deer in the headlights and like chill.
Absolutely.
Which has been nice. Still can't go up to Beyonce though.
I do. I mean, obviously, the last couple Grammys have been kind of sadder, darker affairs because we've lost a lot of people
Yeah.
recently. And you actually introduced the In Memoriam this year, I believe, right? And sang the Jackson 5 song. Like, was that hard for you at all, or?
It was certainly emotional, but it's amazing that we got to honor them. Of course, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So what is next for Superfruit? Winning Grammys on your own? Is that the next?
I mean, that would be cool. Yeah.
I can
We
see
just
it.
want to keep building Superfruit and like keep making music. It's such a fun project.
So when will we hear part 2 of Future Friends?
September 15th.
Very cool. And will we have? It seems like you make a lot of videos. You make videos
Yeah.
for like almost.
Yeah, we did.
every
We're
track.
doing one for every track.
So when will we see a new video from you?
Well, Future Friends is the title track of the first EP, and that will come out pretty soon. Not this Friday, but next Friday.
Any more slumber party videos?
You never know.
Honestly, maybe.
Seriously, next time you have a slumber party.
We'll invite you.
Down.
All right, you heard it here. Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, thanks for having
thank
us.
you.
Great time talking to you. Congratulations again on all your success.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wonderful to see. And thank you, everybody, for watching.